So, of course, back in lockdown, national lockdown number 2 for England. That means everything must close, non-essential stores, bars and restaurants, of course, already been affected by tier 3 here in Liverpool, but now all must close from Thursday morning, 1 minute past midnight. Paul Askew from the Art School, also Hospitality Association, massively involved with that. We spoke to Paul right through this, so it's good to kind of see where you're up to. What's the mood like right now with your staff and with your team, Paul?
Yeah, hi Jay. I have to say it's pretty gloomy. We actually finished service on Sunday night after our service, and it almost feels worse this time round, if that makes sense. I think because we'd opened July 4th as soon as we possibly could to get back going, and we were very keen to do that. I felt it was important to get used to the new regulations, working, with the PPE and the COVID compliance, etc. And I felt we did really well through July, August, and September, and to be fair, most of October. And then, unfortunately, as we all know, the back end of October just started to slide away, and it does feel, for some reason, 10 times worse, yeah. Which is, I suppose, inevitable because we kind of have experienced lockdown before. Although this lockdown isn't quite the same, is it?
I think as well, it's the time of year, isn't it? Around this time of year, normally in Liverpool, we've got things like River of Light happening. We're building up to Christmas. The lights are going on. People are going out more, aren't they? So it's that you guys must really be feeling.
It is, and you know what? For hospitality, it's we call it the golden quarter, because really October, November, December is where probably 2/3 of the annual revenue is taken. And I keep saying to everybody, the impact, if we don't get off to a good start and we get back December 2nd, when everybody's predicting we back open again, you will see massive problems in the industry in January, February, because we rely on this quarter, if you like, to take care of quarter one in 2021, and there's still so much uncertainty, and I think that's where my head's at, and I know a lot of my colleagues in the Hospitality Association are thinking in the same way. So we're looking at ways of trying to mitigate that.
Well, what support is available right now, Paul? So any hotel, restaurants, bar owners, what is available for them right now during this lockdown?
Well, there was a lot of anxiety about this, wasn't there, about 6 weeks ago, I'd say. And the thing I have to say, I want to give a bit of a shout out to our own City Council and Liverpool City Region officers here, because all the way through this, we've been engaged, private sector business leaders have been talking all the way through with chief exec, with the mayors. And, it's the first time when I can honestly say they've come together, they've listened to us, they've looked at the crisis, and they've gone away and they did something amazing by putting together our own support package before government was involved. And they repurposed some investment money that was for future things, because we explained to them, if you don't take care of what's happening now, there will be no future, because we won't be here. And I think it was so progressive and so proactive of them. And I'll tell you now, this city is going to be way better placed than anything else in the UK. I honestly believe that. And it's testament that they've put livelihoods and businesses, and now you're seeing with the track and trace stuff that's coming in, they're putting the health case, and to me, our little Republic of Liverpool is doing a bloody good job, and I'm so proud of them.
I'm made up you say that, Paul, because it's quite difficult sometimes to watch the comments that you read on social media. The likes of me and you, many other people know how hard this city has worked and pulled together and come together throughout this whole pandemic. And certainly our leaders have been there fighting our corner. But to see such negativity sometimes is quite difficult to view, isn't it?
It is, and I think we've chatted all the way through, and we were chatting just the other day about you can't criticize not having enough test capacity and not having enough of this and that, and moaning about everything, and then when it comes, you still moan about it. I don't understand that at all. This hasn't been imposed by central government. This has been a request of local government, our mayors, our chief execs. They've asked for this because they want Liverpool to come out of this first, so that we do have a Christmas, so that we can make everybody have a smile on their face, and the businesses can do some trade to keep us all going. And this city, 50% of the businesses in this city who pay business rates are hospitality and visitor economy businesses. So that's why there's a big focus on them, because if we survive, the supply chain survives. So it has a massive impact on the ecosystem of the city. And I'm not sure people get that all the time. I think we've had a few negative comments. Oh, why is it always hospitality who gets the funding? Well, it's the first time ever. Let me tell you, it's the first time ever. So the reason is because if we are healthy businesses, the taxis are going to come. The butcher, the fishmonger, the guy who makes the bread, everybody still supplies it. We are the little microcosm, the little ecosystem that keeps all these things ticking along. Yeah. So it does make perfect sense. And I think we've got to get behind the testing. And I think that will accelerate how we come out of this. And we will definitely be in a much stronger position. And if we do go back into a tier system at the end of it, I'd love to see us in tier 1, never mind tier 2, and get back some normality for all of us,
And that's the thing that we do need to stress. This new testing, this mass testing that starts on Friday could do that. It could get us out of lockdown before other cities in the UK, which means that we can get back out and live our lives again, but also businesses can get back to normal. What's next then for obviously this month? What happens in a restaurant like yours? What do you do? Will you use the time to plan? Will you create some new menus for Christmas? What will happen?
Well, Christmas for us is we hope, fingers and toes crossed, was planned. Believe it or not, I always write the Christmas menus when I'm on summer leave. So I'm writing the menus in August or September, so that it's goes to print for September. But this is another one of the reasons why I'm so keen on this testing, because it will give us the confidence and people will be able to go back to normal. So that's definitely in our heads. But we have to diversify. We've gone very much into the online sort of e-commerce, if you like, where we're doing boxes for collection for meals, so people can take a little piece of the art school and take it home. And all the food is prepared. You just literally have to pop it in the oven or warm it on the stove and then plate it up, and away you go. And that seems to have been very popular. We've only had it going a couple of weeks, but I'm expecting that to get more popular during the lockdown as restaurants will be closed. I think a lot of us will be doing takeaway and box schemes. And of course, the other thing we've done is we diversified in the last lockdown and created the Emporium. And we're going to be opening that Thursday, Friday, Saturday with, fresh breads, cheeses, charcuterie, wines, little gifts for Christmas. We've got a couple of new gins coming out for the art school, and that's all online, and we can have that delivered in gift wrapped or whatever. So again, you're seeing a lot of sort of creativity and innovation, and most of the well-known restaurants and little cafes and things will be doing their own version of that. And the other thing that the Hospitality Association are keen to get out there is to remember that if you can't come and have your Christmas parties in your favorite restaurants across the city, you can buy vouchers to give to your staff when they can use them at their own convenience in the new year, hopefully when this terrible thing disappears. And we're also looking to put a charitable element to that. So we're asking people that if they do buy a voucher for the restaurant of their choice, that they might want to add £15, which will pay for the kids' meals for a week during the Christmas break. So I think that's a really strong message from hospitality, because even though we're all in the mire, we still have that feeling about, how can we feed the homeless? How can we look after the kids? And there's some amazing initiatives around the city, the Lids initiative, the Alchemic Kitchen, and all these things that are happening. And it's just amazing to see, really. And we all want to do our bit as well as survive ourselves. So.
It really is. It's been really heartwarming past few weeks to see how Liverpool has pulled together, and I'm sure there's plans for Christmas as well. All of those local businesses Paul mentioned then, we've got the delivery directory, which is still running. We're up to, I think it's over 1,000 now, Paul, on this directory.
Amazing.
Which again, we're going to continue doing through lockdown, and we're going to put all the info for Paul's Emporium and the experience boxes, which I can vouch for, by the way. I got my mum one for her birthday, and he absolutely adored it. So check it out, the experience boxes. available right now. Just final word, Paul. What's your advice for anyone watching, whether it's someone who's going to miss going to their favourite restaurants, or whether it's a chef who's now sat at home for the next few weeks?
Yeah, well, I know it's going to be tough, and from a restaurant point of view, what I would say is we're working on a roadmap from the city council, which shows you what funding is available, how to sort out furlough, or obviously the job support scheme's now been delayed till December, so furlough's back. But there's also some pockets of funding, not just the Liverpool City region support package, but also stuff that Rishi Sunak has announced. Even for businesses that have had to close, like pubs and bars, there's still funding out there. And I think there's a lot of uncertainty about how to apply. So we've asked City Council to come up with a little roadmap of what you can apply for, how to apply for it, and make it a bit easier, because I think the application process is quite difficult for people. And if you're on the flip side of that and you're a guest waiting to come back, I would say please look at what your favourite places are doing online, see if you can support them. I know it's tough times for everybody, but if you want these independent, wonderful places to still be there after all of this, try and support them through November. Let's get tested and be ready for December so that we're not going anywhere. Liverpool's only going to be bigger and stronger. That's what we all want. And then let's have an amazing Christmas. That would be my final say. But it's only going to happen if we do the testing, buy the vouchers, buy the boxes, because genuinely the fight is still on.
Brilliant. Paul Askew, founder, head chef of the Art School restaurant, and a massive voice for hospitality in the city. Wise words, all the info on the Emporium and everything else, and that important information about the testing on our website, theguideliverpool.com. Paul, I'll see you in the Art School on the 2nd of December, sat at an actual table, building Christmas 2020.
That would be amazing, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's keep going and keep fighting. Yeah, Thanks, Jay.